welcoming all participants who are here with us. This program is being telecast all over, so we also would like to welcome other regional directors who have joined us here. Our IGNOU fraternity, our counselors, our learner support centers. Yes, I'm sorry. Can you please keep your mics muted? Mr. Saurav Sarkar, can you please keep the mics muted? I would like to request all of you to keep your mics muted. Yes, thank you. And all our IGNOU fraternity, our learner support centers, coordinators, vice chancellors, and the principals of colleges, counselors. Thank you very much, and also all our the community of our successful IGNOU alumni who have joined us in this meeting today. This meeting was recorded and will be available even for Facebook Live and all our social media platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, NEP 2020 has emphasized the role of innovation and entrepreneurship in envisioning the future of education in India to be relevant, contemporary, flexible, and lifelong. NISP, the National Innovation and Startup Policy, is an effective means to address this concern. IGNOU has contributed consistently to democratizing grassroots education in India and met the aspiration for education for over 3 million learners, making these learners who belong to a wide diversity in terms of gender, age, religion, region, innovative, imaginative, creative, prospect-oriented, and impact-driven, will go a long way to battle through unemployment and low economic growth, not only in Bengal, but the nation as a whole. We now not only need jobs to be created, but we need leaders who are going to create jobs for many others. And this is the objective of Innovation Council, and this is the objective to create an entrepreneurship model which will be based on creativity and innovation. IGNOU Regional Center Kolkata also seeks to create a forum of intellectuals who could analyze and systematically assess the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship in Bengal, which is historically the site of genesis of modernity, innovative spirit, and its transformation into some of the first enterprises in India as a whole. It has also been observed in recent years a decline in Bengal's contribution to the overall national entrepreneurial growth, in spite of the fact that it houses some of the most outstanding young minds, bright and productive. In this connection, we have already organized a number of events from through the Innovation Club, Regional Center Kolkata, in order to energize and rekindle the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship among our learners. You may visit the link in the website, which will give all the details of the programs that we have held so far. And through those, you will see how the regional center has very, very consistently worked towards creating an ecosystem of innovation for all our learners out in the Kolkata Regional Center. And ladies and gentlemen, in society, technological innovation and enterprise building are activities where scientists have to embody an awareness that the Creator has reveals to us through the universe. The scientist, as a human manifestation of the Creator, can reach this quality only through self-realization. Once the parameters of his unique place in humanity is revealed to him through self-inquiry, self-knowledge, through consistent efforts of self-improvement. Thus, there can be no science, no technological innovation or enterprise building from anywhere outside the field of awareness of an enlightened and empowered self. In fact, every scientific study, every social innovation, every effort to energize Technological prowess has to be grounded firmly on a deeply incited knowledge about society, about being human. What is the true nature of a human being and his commitment to his humanity? If we take the example of the Western centric scientific innovation and social mobilization that was always goal centric, Hitler's empire rested on an outstanding modern, rational, scientific social edifice. The goal, however, was devastating, as we all know. Conversely, if you look at the elevated character of the Indian freedom struggle, it is evident that no other nation in the world could rise against the onslaught of colonial masters in a mass movement that was not only focused on the power of self realization and Swaraj, as we see in Gandhi's nonviolence, but it was also seen in Netaji's power of mobilization, military prowess, and strategic planning. In both situations, we witness enlightened self realization and self management in leaders, qualities that are invaluable in the growth of scientific innovation and entrepreneurship. Bhagavad Gita, the ancient text that groomed this Indian civilizational character, was primarily responsible for the rich legacy of Indian innovations that was embodied in the actions of such exemplary leaders. At every stage of Indian history, events have recorded innovations made by our sages, our thinkers, our intellectuals, our educationists, our scientists, whose ideals of universalism, innovation, humanity, and service are still celebrated worldwide. We have this invaluable opportunity today with Professor Devi Prasad Mishra to share his insights about Bhagavad Gita and innovation in a workshop mode. Professor Devi Prasad Mishra is a professor in the Department of Aerospace Engineering and Design Program, the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, and an adjunct professor in Center for Indian Knowledge System, IIT Guwahati. He is currently working as the director of the NITTTR, Kolkata. Currently, he is also working as the chairman, BOG, Government College of Engineering, Kalahandi. His areas of interest are propulsion, combustion, computational fluid dynamics, atomization. He has held Indian Oil Golden Jubilee professional chair in IIT Kanpur. He has been conferred with several awards and recognitions. He has authored 5 textbooks and 9 edited books in the field of combustion and propulsion. He has published more than 260 research papers in international and national journals and conferences. He has also 5 patents to his credit. He has undertaken more than 32 research and consultancy projects from various agency research labs and industries. He has developed 6 online courses under SWAM platform, which is the national initiative of Government of India. Besides this, he has designed and developed a unique MOOC course, Introduction to Ancient Indian Technology on SWAM platform of NPTEL. Over last 10 years, he has delivered several invited lectures on ancient Indian science and technology and culture and tradition to more than 1.5 lakh people across India to revive and re-establish ancient scientific and technological culture of India. We are extremely grateful to him for being with us here today. He is a well-known motivational speaker and is very, very popular among youth circles. Sir, we are extremely grateful that you could take out your time to be here with us. And I would now like to offer the platform to Professor Devi Prasad Mishra to take over this gathering and inspire our students, our fraternity of IGNOU, and which is also through your lecture, this is also going to be transmitted all over, as you are aware of it. So we will be very happy to go through this journey with you. Thank you, sir.
सबको मेरा नमस्कार and thank you very much to Dr. Sujata Dutta, the Senior Regional Director of the IGNOU of Kolkata. I think, and also all the fraternity of the IGNOU and all the students, learners who have joined. And as Dr. Sujata Dutta told, that what is the importance of relook at the wisdom enumerated and discussed in our scripture, and which have really done wonderful work in the rejuvenation of this country, which was being subjugated for thousands of years due to the invaders who are very cruel and who were won over with the brutal force. And today's topic is very interesting and very close to my heart because of last I think few years, more than maybe around 10 years, I am now with the song of Indian culture and tradition, for which I was unfortunate not to get exposed in the formal education. And also our country now is a English spoken country, unfortunately. And therefore all the moorings of the culture, tradition are about to die, according to my assessment. I'm very much thankful that all of you have joined in spite of your busy schedule for this talk, Innovation and Bhagavad Gita. And in this talk, as the Dr. Sujata that told, innovation is a very big buzzword across the globe, and we are also going to have that innovation. And also we'll be discussing about innovation, and we'll be discussing about Bhagavad Gita. I will start this lecture with understanding that that some of you may not be exposed to the Bhagavad Gita and what is its meaning from the word point of view, and also that what is the historical perspective of this Bhagavad Gita, and why one has to look at Bhagavad Gita, what is the importance of that, and how we can be innovative
Mr. Nitish Kumar, Mr. Nitish Kumar, Mr. Nitish Kumar, please keep your self muted. Yes, Mr. Nitish Kumar.
Yes, I would request all the people.
Yes.
Please keep your mic muted, and unless otherwise there is a question in our sessions at the end of the talk. Okay. So what I was telling, that Bhagavad Gita, why it is important, how it will be helpful to lead an innovative life. Of course, the innovation is being exploited today for the market, but that is not the objective of the innovative. Exploit the innovativeness of a person for very tiny achievements of materialistic gain. But that doesn't mean that we will not utilize the innovative power for the materialistic gain. It's not that way. But excess of anything is bad. Coming back to that, what is Bhagavad Gita? If you say the Bhagavad Gita, meaning of it, Gita means what? The word stands from Gita. Gita means song. The song, a man can live without a song. If I ask a question, do we know how to sing the song of a life of our own, particularly in the modern time when we are running from pillar to post for bread, for survival? I mean, if I ask this question, most of us, if we will answer honestly, will say, no, we do not know. The song has gone and we have not heard of it. How to sing then? So that is the real harsh situation among all the peoples, I can't say all the people, most of the peoples rather, that is the situation. And what is this, Bhagavad? And that is the Gita is Srimad Bhagavat. What is the Sri? What is the Mad? If you look at ours, is not like unlike an English language, because this is Sanskrit is a very scientific language. So also the all other Indian language. Unfortunately, we are speaking in English, although it's an unscientific language. Srimad. Sri means, the Sri word you will find in the Rig Veda, which means abundances, affluence, prosperity. Therefore, we call Sri means Lakshmi, Chanchala, like the goddess Lakshmi. Okay. And also, this is the abundance of what? Abundance of the knowledge, intelligence, and understanding. And also the material. It's not that only the spiritual aspect. It is also the material. Both can exist together. So the Srimad means is basically we'll have to look at the abundance of the knowledge, and that knowledge make you to satisfy whatever the desire you are having. Ajnanena bhutam jnanam. And knowledge is important. So Bhagavad Gita, if I can say that Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the song of divine knowledge. And that is the life of a human being. Am I right? So, therefore, it is a very important for any human being. As a matter of fact, irrespective of color, irrespective of gender, irrespective of religion, this Bhagavad Gita is very, very important. Unfortunately, it is not a part of our curriculum. It's very unfortunate for a country like this, and which has given, so much thing to the world, that the Western world has really learned a lot from us, from these scriptures, but we are not, we are devoid of that. And in the name of various secularism. So I'll not get into that. What I would suggest, this is unfortunate, but however, I'm very much thankful to Dr. Sujata Dutta to talk about it, Bhagavad Gita and innovation, and also the NEP 2020, which is an epoch-making, document created, or a policy document which has created, talks about Indian knowledge system, and where this can be fit into very well, because this is the knowledge which are being part of our Bharat. And coming back to that, what I was talking about, let us see now that we are deprived of getting the nectars of this Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavat means basically is the song of the divine, Bhagavat, right? So the divine knowledge. And if you look at historically perspective of Bhagavad Gita, it's basically, there are several kinds of Bhagavad Gita, like Gita, but the Bhagavad Gita is basically taken from the Mahabharata. Is the Bhishma Parva, that is a chapter on the Bhishma Parva, and it is being there. Of course, if you say that when it was and who wrote these things, there are several questions comes into picture. There are various views, but according to the modern history, which I don't think is right, but however, I will talk about that only. And this Mahabharata was written around 500 to 300 BC. And BC is not about the before caste. It is the before common era, which is people do not know, but it is now being talked about it. And some people, scholars, they say that no, it has been, included. Bhagavad Gita was a, was a compiled earlier, but it was included in Mahabharata in second century. This controversy is there, but I'm not discussing about that. But this is a very important, and also to look at, is a very quite old. If you go with the what you call the historical of the modern India, the whatever is there. I'm going by that because according to me, it goes back to the war between the Pandavas and Kauravas. So if you consider that, it is a very, very old scriptures. And Bhagavad Gita per se, it was a part of the Mahabharata, but Adi Sankaracharya, whose birthday just now was being celebrated, I think 2-3 days before, I think on Sunday, who is a proponent of the Advaita Vedanta, which is similar to that of the what you call quantum physics, kind of people talk about it nowadays. And it's a very, very highly developed philosophy, and which is the ultimate reality. To understand the ultimate reality, one has to follow the Advaita Vedanta. And he talked about that, and he only popularized. And most of the bhasyas, what is thing, of course, now the Bhagavad Gita is really interpreted in the Western ways. Why? Because of the fact that the Bhagavad Gita was really being used and also the abuse by the Western more than us, because we do not know. So if you look at the Bhagavad Gita is written in Sanskrit, it has survived, and there are several commentaries. Like even today also people are writing. Even I am also thinking I'll write my own commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita, because I am teaching that course every Sunday, 10 to 11 a.m. If some of you are interested, you can join online. And there are several scholars who wrote the commentaries, which are, very historically very great. That is Sankaracharya, Bhaskara, Abhinavagupta, Ramanuja, Madhavacharya, so many. There are several, even, today also doing. But it is the first who made popular is the Adi Sankaracharya. That is what I have already told you. And it has been translated to most of the languages across the globe. And it was first, if you look at, translated, what is the history says, maybe history is really whether it's right. It is during the Mughal Empire, it was translated into Persian language. And of course, the first Bhagavad Gita, according to the historical data, was translated in 1785 into English by Charles Wixon Cage, who happens to be the FRS, Fellow of Royal Society. He's a very, very well acclaimed Fellow of the Royal scientist. Like when say he had translated. That means he could understand that efficacy of the Bhagavad Gita. And it was also in 1808, the Gita was a part of direct translation of Sanskrit into Germany, and by Friedrich Siegel. And he was a founder of Indian philosophy in Germany. Let me tell you, today, the Germans are the forefront, and so also there are a lot of European universities, they have started on the Sanskrit scholar chairs and also the departments. But unfortunately, Sanskrit is not being taught properly in this country. We always get frightened with the problem with the Sanskrit, the way it is being taught. There are several historical things, if you look at, and of course, I will not talk about the Bhagavad Gita's history. It is a very long history. And let me just tell you that how important it is, Bhagavad Gita is what Sankara, Adi Sankaracharya, who happens to be around 788 to 820 CE, who says about the Bhagavad Gita, for a clear knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, all the goals from a clear knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, all the goals of human existence become fulfilled. What I told, if you want to attain the perfection in life and make your human life sublime, then one has to not only read Bhagavad Gita, but try to, imbibe in this life the Bhagavad. And what he says, Adi Sankaracharya, Bhagavad Gita is the manifest quintessence of all the teachings of the Vedic scriptures. He says that it is because it is the gist of all the knowledge what is embodied in the Vedas and Upanishads. And it is already being mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. What Swami Vivekananda, who is the great patriotic sage of our country, because of whom we are now testing the freedom, lot of leaders of our during the pre-independence era got influenced by Swami Vivekananda. Therefore, I really having high regard for him. And, I always look at his face to get inspiration because he is one of my gurus. So teachings of Krishna, what Vivekananda says about Bhagavad Gita, the teachings of Krishna as taught by the Gita are the grandest of the world, grandest the world has ever known. He who wrote that wonderful poem was one of those rare souls whose life sent wave of regeneration to the world. The human race will never again see such a brain as is who wrote the Bhagavad Gita. The wonderful, lofty words emanated from the mouth of Swami Vivekananda, the great patriotic sage of entire world. You might be knowing the Humboldt. The Humboldt philosophy is very famous. The Wilhelm von Humboldt, who happens to the Minister of Education in Persia and also the founder of Humboldt University of Berlin, comments on the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Gita is the most beautiful, perhaps the only true philosophical song existing any known tongue. Known tongue means any language. Perhaps the deepest and loftiest thing the world has to show. I read the Indian poem for the first time when I was in my country state in Silesia, and while doing so, I felt a sense of overwhelming gratitude to the God for having led me to live, to be acquainted with this work. It must be the most profound and sublime thing to be found in the world. See, look at these words and what I'll just tell you another quotation just to make. There are several people, including Einstein, who have made a very great comments on the utility of the Bhagavad Gita. What Robert Oppenheimer, who is the person involved in developing the atom bomb, and he writes, he is the American physicist and director of Manhattan Project, and who had learned the Sanskrit, read the Bhagavad Gita in original form, citing as one of the most influential books to shape the philosophy of his life. And while witnessing the explosion of the Trinity nuclear test, he thought of the verse from the Bhagavad Gita. He says, if the radiance of 1,000 suns were to burst into once into sky, that would be like the splendor of mighty one. So he remembers the Bhagavad Gita and start reciting, and this is about the chapter 11, that is Vishwarupa Darsana. So there are several things. What I would suggest that let us look at the first sloka of the Bhagavad Gita. I must tell you, this sloka generally people talk about in uh, in the sense that this is the war, Mahabharata war, which was fought between the Pandavas and Kauravas. Pandavas is basically the five brothers who were deprived of getting the what you call kingdom, and the Kauravas who were snatch away all the belongings of the Pandavas. And there was a war according to our scriptures. And the first sloka says, Dhritarashtra Vacha. This is the first sloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Dharma khetre kuru khetre samaveda jujusyava mamaka pandavaschaiva kim kumata sanjaya. If you use the translation about this Sanskrit, you will find Dharma Khetra means it is the Khetra means a land which is a battlefield, and Kurukshetra Samabeta, that means the people are assembled, the fighters are assembled, and who was the thing in that? It is the Mamaka, my Pandavas, means son of Pandus, and also the Kauravas, and Dhritarashtra is asking to Sanjay what they are doing. But I look at in different way. I feel that Bhagavad Gita is basically about the inner war which is going on in the minds of us, all of us, irrespective of culture, creed, gender, and religion, and regions, anything, whatever the divisions among the people, that inner war goes on. What is that inner war? That is basically the dharma. That means this is the dharma khetra, the sariram. Itself is a dharma khetra. Dharma is not religion. That is, unfortunately, people are talking about it. It is the righteousness. I will not talk about dharma because it is a very, very subtle word which is being misused, abused in this country. But I must tell you, dharma makes the people to join together, and religion divides the people. Therefore, you find there is a lot of division among the people because of religion. But dharma binds the people, and it binds the nature. It binds the entire creation. That is dharma. Unfortunately, people do not know what is dharma. So it is the field of dharma. Idam sariram kondeya. Idam sariram kondeya khetrang hiti abhidiyate. That field of interaction, field of living, field of thinking, and in the field of action, Kurukshetra, Kuru means in the action. Say all the human beings are to do some work. Even if you are sleeping, you are doing work. Niyatang kuru karmatvam karma jaya karmana sarira jatra pichatena prasidheda karmana. You will have to do everyday work from your death, from your birth till death. And as long as your body is lying, that is the Bhagavad Gita. What a beautiful truth. But unfortunately, we are not aware of this, naked truth. So therefore, the Kurukshetra symbolizes the field of action. Field of action means my entire life, from the birth to the death, and again you will take birth. That also will be another field of the action, because punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, janani jathare sayanam. You will have to again die. Again you will have to, take birth, and you will have to go and sleep in the womb of a mother. Jatasya drubang mrittu, mritung janma mritasya cha, janmang mritasya. You have taken birth, you will die. And if you die, you will have taken again birth. That is the being talked in Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, this sloka, coming back to that, what I am saying, this is your life. And this life is basically you have to do action, and you will have to action with the help of the dharma, that is the field. And this war which is going on, Samabeta Jujustuba, this means the field of what you call Pandavas and the Kauravas, and this Pandavas is the forces of evil. Pandavas is the forces of goodness, and the Kauravas represent the forces of evil. So these are fighting going on, and then the life will be dependent on what you are having, which side you are, and which forces will be. So therefore, this is the great, way of looking at. This will tell you how to lead a life so that your life will become sublime. So with this concept, if you look at the Bhagavad Gita, is very important, because it says that if you want to win a external war of life, you will have to first fight inner wall and win a war, then rest of the things. So Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to harmonize individual desires, emotions, ambition for leading a purposeful, productive, peaceful, blissful life on this beautiful earth. So therefore, it is very important. And Bhagavad Gita is very, very rational thinking. There is all questions and answer. Sri Krishna represents the teacher. The Arjuna is a learner or a student, and who asks the question to the teachers, and teacher answers. The student again asks, I don't understand this, please clarify. So this is a beautiful way of being presentation is given in the things. If you look at the Western way of presentation is horrible, but here this is the way of teaching. We do interact. For example, right now I am talking, it is a monologue. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is written in a polydialogue format. It's a beautiful thing which is supposed to be. And therefore, it is very essential to know the Bhagavad Gita. Just but reading and understanding is not enough. How you can make it as a part of your life, that will make you lead a life to unraveling the dignity, divinity, infinity lying dormant in any individual. So therefore, this is a very great thing. And when you talk about innovation, question arises, what do you mean by innovation? Whether the Bhagavad Gita can be helpful to have an innovative life. So innovation word is basically meaning is that it comes from a Latin word, because English is a very unscientific language. As I told, they have taken from of course, the Latin is better language, because English is a khichdi, like all combination, they take some word from Indian, Hindi, from Telugu, from some other language, French, Germany, and then mix the mixture. So the Latin word says nova. The innovation comes from a Latin word, nova, means new. So therefore, innovation can be considered as a process of transferring new ideas, product, process, your way of life, system, anything as a matter of fact. Right? That can be useful for individual, to the family, to the society, and for the entire mankind. But today it is being used and misused, abused only for commercial transaction. It's unfortunate. So, and when you talk about innovation, then naturally comes the invention. And invention is basically the act of finding out or making a product, process, creating a new item with your imaginations, utilizing the various knowledge systems, materials at your disposal for the utilization of the people, not exploitation of the people for making money alone. Are you getting? So, so that is therefore it is very important. If you look at innovation, is basically dependent on several aspects. As I told, it's a very important to have an idea, but idea is a daydreaming. I may have several ideas, thousands of ideas I am having. If I count the number of ideas I am having since my birth, it is too much. It's very difficult. And it's not that I am only having ideas, other people are. No, you are having, because you are a human being. It may be bad, it may be good, it may be ugly, anything, but ideas are ideas. Now, how that can be utilized by you as an individual, how that ideas can be utilized by your family, for the people, for society, for the nation, for the humankind, even the nature. Now, these ideas which are being used and abused by the Western way of looking at the things for exploitation, therefore we are facing a lot of problems. All the wars are basically, emanated from the ideas. Whatever is going on is a Western. So therefore, and it depends on the art, it depends on the culture, because the, innovation also influenced by the local art and cultures, but we don't have culture now. Culture is contaminated. It has gone with the wind. There is a cultural invasion in our country. Our entire country is in deep trouble because of, like mimicking the Western without understanding. And the values, the invention, as I told, is very important component of the innovation. And that doesn't mean that without invention, you cannot have innovation, right? And there is an inspiration and your hard workings. So, and if I look at define the innovation as a little compact way, mathematical form, you can say innovation is equal to new idea, inventions plus public utilizations, of course, with the other factors around it. Just to make a little compact views. So, if you look at a society can be prosper and progress provided the people are innovative in nature. And for a greater cause, not for destroying. For example, a thief will having innovative ideas how to steal. For example, in the name of entrepreneurship, today people are amassing a lot of money and using it, abusing it for prevalent things. For example, marriage party, celebration of some individual marriage. What the hell going on? And these are not really, utilization of innovative ideas or the creative ideas. Okay. And there, Bhagavad Gita comes into pictures. And of course, nowadays it is very important. And let me talk about that, how the Bhagavad Gita can be helpful in that. For example, if you are having an idea, then naturally you'll have to make it to happen. For example, let's say I want to have I don't like the way people are writing in ancient time. People are writing with the palm leaves and with a needle. It was very difficult. But now there's a gel pen. The new innovation has come. Fountain pen. When I was in if there is a one nib, you'll have to take and dip in the ink and then write down, it will be dried up. Then it came fountain pen, right? And then came the ballpoint pen. These are all new innovations, okay? And then gel pen. There is several other things, like which are coming up. So, but these things are basically, unless you do it, nothing will happen. I may imagine something, but that is the idea, okay? So you will have to do actions. Now, the actions is very important. What we call it karma yoga. What is the difference between the karma and karma yoga? The action and action yoga. Work, yoga. So, and for that, you will have to understand what is work, and we'll have to also learn tomorrow about the anatomy of the work and what Bhagavad Gita says. And I will start tomorrow's lecture with that. Let me just tell you one sloka from chapter 18. Panchaitani mahavao karanani nivadume sankhe krutante praktani siddhaye sarva karmanam. This sloka I am going to explain tomorrow, and also the subsequent, and we'll have to do that in the next lecture. I think 2 lectures is very insufficient to talk about innovation and Bhagavad Gita, but however, I'll try to make it compact and talk about it in the tomorrow's lectures about the anatomy of actions, art of actions, and what are the qualities are required to become innovative, how the Bhagavad Gita will be helpful for leading an innovative life and make your life sublime. Thank you very much. Sabko namaskar. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
It's a very fruitful class for all of us. Really, we learned many things.
So thank you very much. Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, also.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you.
you can
I
send
want
us.
that some of you should ask, questions.
Yes. Yes, that.
Thank you very much, sir.
I will be happy.
In fact,
Thank you, sir.
there is an email. You can send us some of your.
Thank you, sir.
You can send some of your questions to our RC email. Also, just make it as a subject as innovation and Bhagavad Gita, and as a subject, and you can give us the question. We will be sending the question to Professor Mishra so that he can reply it. And now also, if Professor Mishra, do you have some time to take?
Yes, I can manage maybe another 10 minutes or maybe
Yes.
4-5 minutes.
So please give your questions to Professor Mishra, and he will call out the names.
Yeah, I think somebody raised Mausham Sa, I think Mausham Sa, and then Sam Khan. I think one by one, maybe Mausham Sa can raise, can mute yourself and then ask the question. Mausham. But whatever is coming in front of me, I'm just saying. And what about Sutapa Maiti has raised her hand. I think you please ask your question. But
Yes, good evening, sir. Sir, I have a question that
Sam Khan. Okay, please go ahead.
Yes,
Your name I was about to call. Okay, fine.
actually, sir, yes, sir. Actually, myself Samir Ali, but I have created the email ID in the name of Sam Khan.
Okay, whatever.
But,
Okay, fine. Please go
yes,
ahead.
sir. So my question is that, sir, whatever the most fruitful lecture I heard from you is really fruitful and very good for me about Bhagavad Gita. So I want to know, sir, for like a written purpose, when the exam will be conducted for written purpose, so would we like have to make any notes, any file about the Bhagavad Gita, and how we have to write in terms of written exam?
Which written exam? I don't know.
Suppose MEG, sir, MEG 5. Actually, I have taken
NEP
admission.
2020. See, there is NEP 2020.
Yeah.
I don't know that, when somebody will introduce a course, but I am myself is thinking of doing something on that, because that is my interest, personal interest, but I am not aware what other people are doing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you, sir.
Fine, fine.
And hope we will again. Will there be any fruitful like this kind of seminar or conduction will be there where I can join with you?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you
Thank
are
you, sir.
welcome to join. So Payal Jaiswal, you have raised your question. Raise your hand, Payal. And if Payal is not responding, Devashish Das. Devashish. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Devashish, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for having such a lot of the seminar. Actually, I lately joined the seminar. I don't have any question. I just mistakenly raised my hand.
Okay.
Another next lecture, I should follow you and should ask
Please.
question. Thank
You
you,
can join my Bhagavad Gita class every Sunday I take. If some of you are interested, you can join. Okay.
Okay, sir. I am very much
My number
interested.
you can note down. That is the WhatsApp number 94518 94518.
94518.
I'm just writing also 94518. Oh my God, something happened. Okay. Why it has gone? Okay, 94518
94518. Then
857. So there you can WhatsApp, you can send a message so that I can put you in my WhatsApp group. You will receive.
Sir, can you repeat once more again? 9451.
518 73
Yeah.
857. This is my WhatsApp number.
873857.
No, 94. Again, I'm repeating.
Yes.
94
Yeah.
518
Nine.
73
Hmm. Hmm.
94 518 73 857. I think Aman Singh has written that is right one number.
Okay, sir.
In the chat box, Aman Singh has written 94 518 73 857. Okay. So I think Satyajit Das, you are having a question. Satyajit Das
सर
Adhikari.
यस सर नमस्कार सर
नमस्कार
साहब आप अभी बता रहे थे कि यह हमारे अंदर की मतलब भागवत गीता से जो हम सीख रहे हैं क्या हमारी अंदर की झगड़ा मतलब अच्छा और बुराई के साथ का झगड़ा को दर्शाए मतलब आप उसको एक्सप्लेन करना चाह रहे थे बट हम लोग जब इसको हम देख रहे हैं कि भीष्म पर्वाणि जब भीष्म पर्वाणि मतलब ये से लिया हुआ है महाभारत से लिया हुआ है तो हम लोग इसको सीधा सीधा क्यों नहीं मान लेंगे
एक्चुअली ये मेरा इंटरप्रिटेशन है और ये मान लेंगे क्या है कि ये जो पूरा महाभारत लिखा गया है ये हमारा बेसिकली द सेम थिंग कैन बी वो क्या है कि दूसरे लोग दूसरे नजरिए से देख सकते हैं लेकिन मैं उस नजरिए से देख रहा हूं कि ये जो है दिस इज द इनर वॉर इट इज गोइंग ऑन अमंग ऑल द पीपल अनलेस यू आर गॉन टू ए वेरी हायर लेवल ओके एंड इन ऑर्डर टू ओवरकम दिस प्रॉब्लम you will have to do several things. That's why Bhagavad Gita is written. So also the Mahabharata also, the objective of Mahabharata, whoever has written, according to me. When I am saying according to me, I may be wrong. Okay, please keep in mind.
Thank you, sir.
This is my interpretation. I may be wrong.
Yes,
I may be right, depending on the whatever the way you think. Okay.
Yes.
This is just
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
interpretation. Okay.
Yes,
Not
yes.
ultimate truth. Ultimate truth
Sir.
has to be realized.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Because we are a land of what you call seeker. We are not follower. Something is somebody has written in a book. We'll just follow. No, we are not a blind
Yes.
follower.
Yes.
We always experiment like scientists. If somebody will say something, I'll find it out, and let me try it out. If it is fine, I will accept. Otherwise, I'll say it is wrong. Okay, that is
Yes,
the nature
sir.
of our Indian culture. Okay, this is a part of Indian
Sir,
culture.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you. So if there is no more questions, then is there any other questions? I'll be very happy because question helps me to think and also help me to sharpen ideas. Okay, Sutapa the boss, you want to ask something, Sutapa? And 3 more as a day is something is saying. Is there anybody else wants to ask question? He can just mute and mic and then ask. Biswanath Chakravarti.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was just want to know, is it mandatory to learn English for practicing Gita or understanding of Gita,
No, no,
or it
no,
can
no,
be
no.
translated into other languages?
No, no, no. Actually, according to me, the English is a curse on the psychic of the Indian people. Okay. but to understand Bhagavad Gita, you will have to understand Sanskrit. That is is very good. And as most of us, we do not know the Sanskrit. Okay. So therefore, we'll have to go and read somebody who has translated and then do that. Then and lot of translation is not right according to me. Okay. When I start thinking about word, which I'm not very good, because we are not being taught how to learn any language, Indian language, nor we know also, we learn also, we know the English language as well. It's a very piquant situation we are having. So therefore, there is no need to learn English rather, if you are interested, please learn the Sanskrit well and your mother tongue, whichever is it. That is my suggestion.
Can it be translated in toto in mother tongue or vernaculars also?
Yeah. Don't say vernacular. Mother tongue is the right word. Vernacular is a very derogative word. Okay, what English people have used. This is my request. Okay.
Hello, sir.
You may not be knowing what is the meaning of vernacular. Okay, in English, is a very derogative. Mother tongue, any Indian, भारतीय कोई भी भाषा जो भारत है वो वैज्ञानिक है. सबसे वैज्ञानिक भाषा संस्कृत है. तो संस्कृत में बढ़िया होगा, और कोई अपने भाषा में देख लीजिए, वो भी सही होगा.
Thank you, sir. Your class was very good.
So,
hello, sir.
Yes, somebody wants to ask something.
Yeah, so Souvik Haldar this side. Sir, I wanted to ask, there is a book by...
which is not right, according to me. Atman is different than the soul, okay, in English. So there are several, maybe he might have, you see, basically it is not that he has written to my knowledge. When I'm saying my knowledge, I may be wrong. Okay, please understand, Souvik, because I do not know much, but according to me, it is a collection of his talk on Bhagavad Gita, and then they are put into a book. And most of the book basically like that, to my knowledge. When I'm saying my knowledge, I may be wrong. Okay, are you getting subjected to school?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Okay, so only one mistake.
Yes. No. See that according to me, again, this is my interpretation. Okay, I can't say mistake. He is a great sage, right? But me, it is the soul cannot be mistake. He is a great sage, right? But me, it is the soul cannot be same as the Atman. Atman is a very great thing. It's a different connotation, which cannot be translated into any English language because there is no word. Okay,
got it, sir.
Like Adhyatma, there is no word. See, basically, I would request those people who are trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita better to go to your English, your mother tongue, and also Sanskrit is the best for the learning the Bhagavad Gita, not English. Okay, not English.
Actually, that book is written in English.
English is a confusing language, like it makes you confused. Makes you confused.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I'm very happy. A lot of interest among the young people. I guess that all of you should read and you can attend my class if you are interested. I talk in Hindi. I take class in Hindi, not in English. Okay.
Sir, maybe you can share your class, your class links with all our students also.
Yeah,
they will join you in that case.
Yes.
So, if you, so for all of you who are interested, that is what it has generated so much of interest among all our young learners.
Yeah.
Souvik is also here. He is one of our youngest innovators. Also, we had we had actually felicitated him for our convocation also. So I'm glad, Souvik, you have attended.
Yes.
You have attended.
Thank you,
and he's yes, and I hope Souvik is going to be one of the examples for all our other students, which is the purpose of this kind of activity.
Yes.
Trying to do that whole spirit of innovation to be lighted, in all the learners and everyone who is there. And we will connect you to people like Professor Mishra, who is also trying, and they're doing so much of good work. And that's why, sir, we will put your link for your classes in our website, so that all our students also can have an access to your thing. On Saturday, we will always put up the link on Saturday. Sir, if you send it to me, then I'll put it up on Saturday.
Yes, I'll do that.
And the others can access it every Saturday to see whether the link is there, and you can join on Sunday.
Yes,
That's the best way of going ahead, I think, in life.
And also, there is a small information just crossed my mind that I'm writing a book, very small book, I think around 90 pages, Bhagvat Gita for youth.
That's what, sir. I'm sure.
Maybe
sir, you
next
can
month it will be publishing. Hopefully,
Maybe, sir, you can give a talk on your book one day, and then after that, it will inspire others.
Yeah, I can give that, but that is not 2 lectures. It will be series of lectures.
We'll have to.
It cannot be 1 lecture.
Yes, I can imagine.
And I am finding innovation. See, I have not started innovation. I have not started Bhagavad Gita. 1 hour gone.
I know. So the next class, when you have the next meeting for
tomorrow.
This. Yes, tomorrow. Then you can start with. Sir is going to then tell us about what are the tenets of Bhagavad Gita which can be associated with for an innovator and for innovation in particular. What encourages innovation?
Yeah. Tomorrow I'll be giving little bit glimpses, but I can talk about creativity and other things. Lot of things are there. Okay, so that is fine. I think thank you very much. I'm very happy. I'm also very grateful to Almighty who has given me power to deliver the talk in spite of my viral fever and other things. So I'm really grateful to Almighty.
Hello.
And thank you very much. Namaskar.
Hello.
Mausamji, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Okay, fine. Go ahead because I called your name.
Yes, sir. So good evening, sir. And first of all, thank you for the wonderful session. Sir, I want to know that when the classes of IGNOU will be started, because nothing for the wonderful session. Sir, I want to know that when the classes of IGNOU will be started, because nothing, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कहाँ से start करें. So whatever
please, Mausami, sure, this is not a inquiry class for IGNOU at all. You will send your queries to the to IGNOU RC Kolkata email, and this is not the platform to ask about any of these kind of questions. This is a special lecture series, so come for that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you. I think we'll stop over, Sujata ji.
Yes, thank you, sir. Namaskar, and very happy to have you here. Tomorrow we will do the same thing. Please join the meet. Okay. You can prepare your questions for sir tomorrow. All those of you who have expressed so much of interest, so you can keep your questions ready and send it to us in email, and we will forward it to sir along with your emails, so sir can directly answer your thing, because this is only a process which we are starting. Your relationship with people and intellectuals like Professor Mishra starts from here, and they are the path showers, and they're going to where you are going to tread. So take it as a first step and continue this relationship, so that we can see our bright students and youth come up more actively for India, for nation building. Thank you very much, sir.
Sabko namaskar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar, sir.